Ramsey Sala, JPJ ends a 2-minute drill with the pick from Kenny Pickett. That happened today.
Yeah, man. JPJ, man, he's been putting together a nice camp. I know some of the highlights they get shown, and people are like, oh, man, he's getting cooked. He's getting toast. He's getting that. And as players, we talk about the context of it, right? We talked about the the Pickens catch that went crazy. And why, as a defender, we're like, bro, that was great by you. Like, if you do that every single time you're guarding somebody, you're going to be one of the greatest defenders to ever play this game. Like, guaranteed. You know, and we talked about how even a couple plays later from there, he had responded with the interception. Obviously, ended the practice today or the 2-minute drill today with the interception. I also could talk about how every single practice, JPJ is the first guy on that field. And he's out there 20 minutes before anybody shows up, just catching footballs off the jug machine, just working on different ways to get turnovers. Whether it's combat catch, whether it's breaking down, whether it's over the shoulder. And when you talk about that type of work ethic, you see in the dividends being paid off. When you talk about some of these interceptions happening, that was one of the knocks on him coming out of college. We talked about, you know, him being at Penn State and only having one career interception. And it's like, well, how can he be elite but not have the turnovers? Well, he's a person just like the rest of us. He, you know, hears them criticisms and, you know, understands where he might have come up short. And that's something that he's definitely been putting forward, you know, trying to improve his game. And like I said, for me, man, just as a fan of him, it's like, man, it's just dope to see the hard work being paid off. Even though it's in the short term right now from a practice perspective, it's still dope for him to keep his confidence and just feel like, man, what I'm doing is not being done in vain. If I work, this game will repay me the way that it's supposed to.
2 questions. 1, you didn't see Deontay with him on the jugs machines?
Nah, Deontay been straight, though. You see Deontay had a fire catch, bro.
Man,
did you see the one?
I did. It was a Pickens-esque catch.
Bro, no. See, it was different because you saw that separation around it.
Maybe we're talking about a different catch.
I was talking about the one on the sideline, the one-hander. It was
we're talking about the same catch.
Yeah, it was deep out. Yeah. Boy, that was beautiful. Pickens is more like combat. Like, he got bumpy and all that. DJ, that was like, man, it was a beautiful throw because he gave him a chance to go beat Jordan. But I just love, like, he creates space. Like, it was space. It was nothing. It won't no get off me, hold me. No. DJ, he different now.
Do we have the best receiving core in the league? Secretly.
We're going to find out.
If CA is our 4th,
we're going to find out. I mean, to me, when I think of the receivers, you know, right now, and man, since we're going to talk a little bit, let's talk a little bit. Yeah, just in terms of JPJ, right? In terms of what I'm liking about him specifically. When you're seeing some of the reps, right? Some of the stuff where he may have appeared to have been burnt, right? Or gotten beat. I know the one clip I saw from GP that we've all talked about. I've already talked about that in terms of just like why it was still a good rep for him. Other plays, though, that I saw was the one where Calvin Austin took him up top, right? And I'm like, dang, shout out to Cal. He fast as heck. But then at the same time, I'm like, all right, how many dudes are actually that fast, though? And I don't want to go full defense on you, but I'm like, it was even a sack on the play. Marcus Golden.
There's probably like a handful.
Yeah.
Less than 10.
But as a whole, I'm just like, yo, if PCG, if those are the type of things that have been quote unquote negative for you, a George Pickens highlight reel 1, you know, out of 10 times you making that type of thing, and a Calvin Austin on a play where the play would have been a sack anyway, it's like, yo, you're living with that as a defender. You live with that because you're not going to be able to stop everything. You understand that. But you just play the probability game. How many times can that happen? How many times am I going to see this part? How many times can this hurt me? And for JPJ right now, he has to be feeling really good. Now, I do want to see him, though, when we start talking about preseason games next week, what that looks like in stadium. Because of this. Right now in practice, yeah, it's cameras out there. Yeah, it's fans out there. Yeah, your business is sort of in the street. But it's a controlled climate. And what do I mean? Deke, after that GP play, what happened? Did that ball get snapped 40 yards downfield, or did that ball go right back to where the drill was starting at? Ball went right back to the drill, right? the Calvin
Right.
Austin play where
There's
Calvin
not
ran
the momentum
by
you would feel in actual games.
You don't have to feel the field flip and you're watching your brothers walk down here and they're like, bro, what happened? Because we don't get the luxury of seeing a replay or seeing the camera. We're playing our spot and we just know that you were guarding him and it's a 40-yard play. We don't know if the referee blew the call. We don't know if it was OPI. We don't know nothing. How does he respond in that moment? Because right now, I'm pissed off, but I'm going to get to go right back down here and it's not going to have the consequence. Or I'm pissed off, I got to come off the field anyways because it wasn't my rep. Now I get to come back out here. In this games, you know what I mean, with the flow of it, that can feel a lot different. And that's the one part that we won't know how he's going to respond to that until we're in stadium. But that's the only thing for me right now where when I watch him, I'm just like, that's the next thing I just need to see. Because everything else in terms of him staying on top of the routes, in terms of his hand placement, I'm like, I'm loving that. And if Calvin's the only one that ran by you, we going to be all right. Because there's not a lot of Calvin Austin type speed dudes in this league, man.
It's true. No. So we got Tampa Bay week 1. Mm-hmm. Do you think we see Evans Godwin? Because of the whole quarterback situation, just to try to build that chemistry?
I don't.
Baker?
Well, no. Which one? Hold on. Which one just came off the injury, though?
Ooh.
Was it? No. I thought one of them was coming off of an injury.
They both had 1,000 yards last year. Godwin was hurt, I think, 2 years ago.
I remember because he was coming off the ACL 2 years ago. But yeah, I thought one of them was still, like, last year I thought they was dealing with something. If not,
maybe nagging throughout the year, but they both had 1,000 yards.
I'm trying to think. If not, you might see it. Especially with the new quarterback, though.
That's what I'm thinking.
New quarterback, you do have a chance.
Russell Gage is their third guy then. And then they got a bunch of no-names after that.
I only see them out there, though, for maybe 2 series for preseason game 1. Yeah.
Oh, Matt Filer's on the
Yeah,
Buccaneers.
he just signed there. He signed last week. Yeah, shout out my dog, man.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, though. I mean, I actually kind of like JPJ in those matchups, though, if he's going up against Evans and Godwin.
Yeah, if it's non-speed dudes, I love it even more so.